just to bake all these crap that you like to buy. But that's not the horror story. So it was like 7:45 one day. All of our cake decorator people leave at 6. So for 2 hours, it's me and this old redneck guy whose name is Tony. And like, I'm not kidding. This man was from Southern Georgia. Like, you've talked to my moderator, Jay Sibley, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. So my guy Tony had this kind of accent, and like he had it worse, like from the rural parts of Georgia. Like you can imagine Jamie's accent, only worse, right? Right.
Yeah.
So it was me and Tony. That was it. The whole bakery. And he would be like, well, Shades, y'all got another customer over here wanting to do a cake order because no one wanted to talk to him. And he didn't want to talk to anybody because he was literally in charge of, and I kid you not, 25-pound bread boxes.
What?
Like 25 pounds of frozen bread dough. Like 16 of them a day.
What?
Yeah. That's how much bread this location that I was at made a day. To sell.
That's a lot.
They threw away a quarter of it. At least.
What?
Yeah, it was gross. So
that's terrible.
I'm over here and this dude's like, oh yeah, can you write on this like birthday cake that we have in our cake case? And I'm like, I mean, I can't, but I can get you somebody. And he's like, oh, well, I need to order one. And I was like, wait, you just said you need to write on it. And I was like, when do you need to order it by, sir? And he's like, oh, tomorrow morning. And I'm like, I can't do that at all. Because, like, 24-hour notice, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So he takes it. And he's like, oh, well, I'll just leave. So I'm just like, that's weird. So we close up the bakery. We take all of our trash and stuff back to our loading dock where our trash compactors are. We call it a day. I walk into work the next day at like noon, because I'm working a noon to 9 shift, right? Or a noon to 8 shift. And my supervisor walks up to me. He's like, I need to talk to you in the office. I'm like, oh God, does he know? Does he know? Because we used to do this thing where sometimes we would mark down. Okay, well, here's the thing. Like retail, like consumables have this thing in America where like the last day they try and reduce it in price like 50 to 60% to sell it, right?
Yeah.
We would hold on to some of that.
Oh.
And we would do barbecues for that. Like at one of our other friends' house. Because I had like a couple friends in the store. So I was like, oh no, did they figure that out? Did they figure that out that that's what we were doing? And I was like, that's fireable offense. And I need this job to, give me money for books. No, the dude who asked for like us to write happy birthday Jimmy on a cake came back, stole our display, which is cardboard and styrofoam, took it home, brought it back to the store that morning, claiming that we were trying to poison him. And we gave him a bad cake. There was no barcode on this. I don't know how he made it past the checkout. This man stole our display cake, our styrofoam display cake, got it home, went to cut into it, and then came back and returned it the next day to try and get his money back. I kid you not. This is a real story that happened. And I was sitting there like, yeah, boss's boss. Yeah, no, this is the guy that I talked to last night. I was like, hey, can you pull up the security cam footage from this time to this time? Because they were sitting in like an office with me and they're like, hey, do you recognize this dude? And they were like looking at the guy at the return desk trying to return this. And I was like, yeah, that was a dumb bastard that came in last night trying to buy something. And he was like, oh, what do you mean you can't do it?
Oh my God. That's like, what? Can't they like, Can't
Oh,
they
he
like
got arrested.
prosecute him for?
got
Yeah, I was gonna
arrested.
say
He got
stole
arrested.
something.
Yeah.
Like, oh, damn. Oh my god. At least, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's so stupid. How can you just steal something? Like, okay, like, I'm on a side where stealing is wrong and right.
Oh,
Obviously,
I
it's
agree.
always wrong, but like, you know, some people gotta do what they gotta do
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta
to survive. And
Yeah.
I'm not judging anyone doing what they have to do to survive. I would
Yeah.
never.
Yeah.
But stealing just for the sake of it, and then trying to return it.
Right?
How are
Right?
you so?
I literally stood
It's-
there like this, and I was like, "Wait, this man tried to return this thing? No.
Like, why would you? Like, that is literally
Really?
admitting to the crime,
Right?
as well as just proving that you're a little bit
Crazy?
crazy, stupid.
Same thing. Potato
Pretty
tomato at that
much.
point, right?
Oh my god. Okay, my I have a few, which
Give us the best
is
one.
sadder. The best one. Okay.
And by best, I mean worst.
Can I give
That's
you
what
a
the
funny
people are here
one
for. Yes.
and then a bad one?
Oh god, yes, do it.
Funny and a bad one. So the funny one, we'll do the funny one first. So the funny one, okay, I'm setting the scene.
Yeah.
It is Halloween.
Halloween.
I look after the shoe section
The shoes.
slash, you know, socks, tights. So there's a lot of people coming in for shoes.
Hold
A lot
on.
of people.
Hold on.
Yes.
So what you're saying is you look over the section that the average female VTuber's male audience likes.
Yes.
I didn't say that. I have no idea what you're just talking about. Why would I say that?
Confirmed. But yeah, that is the section I used to look after. Just
Okay.
that was a little bit of context. So this guy comes up to me and I'm like, huh, this is a bit weird. It is the female shoe section. And I was just like, okay, you know what?
I was just about to ask about that. Did you have a dude come up to you and be like, hi, so what tights would you recommend? And what shoes would you recommend? I like a nice 4-inch heel.
Shades, it's better.
Oh god.
He was
what?
like, so I'm dressing up as a cat for Halloween. What tights would suit me best? And I just kind of I literally looked at him and I just like
The
stared
spirit
intently at
Halloween
him.
down the street, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
No, I didn't even do that. I literally stared at him. I like double blinked and then was
You're just
like, what cat do you want to be?
What kind of cat you like to be, huh?
Like,
Oh
what
my
cat
God.
do you want to be? And he was just like, oh, like, I want to be a
sexy
ginger
cat?
cat.
Woo.
No, he was like,
woo.
he was just like, I want to be a ginger cat. And I was like, oh, okay. Then, like, you'll probably need, like sheer nude tights. I think that's the best for you.
Oh
And he was
my
like,
God.
really? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, can you give me your size? Because then I can kind of guess what size you'll be. In tights.
Oh my god.
And he ended up being like a large in tights, and he like walked away with them and he was like, thank you so much. And I was like, no problem. And then my boss like started walking over as the guy was leaving, and I just went and turned around and went, have fun being a cat. And then my boss just stared at me and was like, what the fuck was that about? Like, oh, he just wants to be a cat, it's fine.
He just wants to be a cat.
That, honestly, that was great. Because the guy was really lovely. He just wanted to be a cat. No questions asked. I think
God.
he was just like the like look of relief on his face when I was just like, yeah, sure, what cat?
Yeah, what
was
kind
like,
of cat
oh, okay,
you want?
they're like fine with it. Yeah. Okay. And then the worst one
That is funny.
was also a man.
Oh, I have a worse story as well once you're done.
So for a little bit, I
Oh,
took
God.
over the home section as well
Oh,
as like the
no.
rest of the sections. On
Yeah.
like half of the floor was mine essentially, because like it was
Okay.
Christmas. It was also Christmas.
Oh
So,
no, I hate
we
working
moved-
the holiday. Oh, it's the worst.
We've moved on to Christmas. Hot water bottles are a very big thing in the UK.
What's a
'cause
hot water bottle?
It's a water bottle. It's like
What is
I don't
it?
know what it is. It's basically like a squishy tube thing that you pour hot water into and seal it. And
Yeah.
people usually put covers on them that look like animals or like
Okay.
Christmas themed. So like this was a Christmas themed one. And this guy walks over to me and was
Hold
like,
on, real quick.
"Yeah,
So would this be very useful for certain functions that happen on a monthly basis?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
they
cool.
actually are."
Cool.
So this guy walks over to me and he's like, "Hey, I noticed you don't have any like
Hello Kitty.
hot water bottles, just hot water bottles in general." I was like, "Oh, that's really weird. You know what? Let me go find them for you." And then I came back and I was like, "I'm so sorry, I couldn't find them on the
Okay.
store floor. Let me just check the back." So I checked the back, which in this store basically meant I will do my best for you, but if it's not
I
on the
don't see
store
it,
floor, it's
not there.
in the
Yeah.
shop. Yeah.
Yeah. I get
Um,
that.
and I came back and I'm like, "I'm ever so sorry. Like, we don't seem to have any on the third floor.
Hold on, real
And we
quick.
don't." Yeah.
Yo, viewers. She's got that posh voice. Her customer service
What?
voice is kind of posh. Kind of funny.
Is it?
A little bit. The smallest bit. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have that on the floor." It makes you chuckle. It's not a bad thing. Do not feel self-conscious about it. I love it.
Okay. But I was like, "I'm so sorry. Like, I can't seem to find it for you. Um, if you want, I can contact another member of staff to see if they have it on a different floor." And then he went
Heyo.
and then he started shouting at me and was like,
What?
"I already looked on the first floor and there was none here. They told me to come to you. I went on the second floor as well and they told me that it'd be the third floor as well." And I was just like, "Why are you shouting at me?" And I was like, "We don't have any. Like, I am so sorry that we don't have any, but it's not my fault and it's not anyone else's fault that we don't have any." And I was like, "Maybe if you want to, you can try a different store down the road and they might have any, but we're currently out of stock." He was like, "No, let me speak to your manager." And I was
I am the
"You know
manager."
what?" I was like, "Yes, wait here." I went over to my manager and was like, "There is this guy and he is shouting at me because we don't have any hot water bottles." Also, to also put the context in,
Yeah.
this guy got the vibe of just being sexist, if you know what I mean, because he used the term like you he used
Okay,
like
hit it
weird
with it. Hit us with
terms.
it.
Like he kind of just was like just referring to me as a woman a lot, and like most guys who are kind of sexist do that. I've noticed throughout
Oh
my
my
years
god,
of
she's such a woman. I knew
like,
it.
yeah, like just a really weird, like, but like while shouting at me, and I was just like, "This guy doesn't like me because I'm a woman and he keeps shouting
Oh,
at me over the hot water bottles because we don't have any." And my manager was like, "Are you sure we don't have any?" And I was like, "Yes."
I've
From
checked,
like
damn it.
I checked on the store
Ah!
floor, I've
Ah!
contacted other areas, and I've
Right?
gone and looked in the back. And he was like, "Oh, okay." So I bring my manager over to him, and the guy starts shouting at me again. And I was just like, "I don't know what
Bruh,
you want
the
me to
manager's
do.
right here.
I've brought my
Scream
manager."
at this
And
guy.
I was just like,
Jesus.
"Take him. Take him." I was just like, "My manager can deal with you. I need to go
Oh my
elsewhere."
god.
And my manager was just like, he, and then my
He was like,
manager
"No, no,
dealt with
no.
him.
No, no,
No,
no. You're the
my
employee. I'm the manager. Get back
my
here."
manager actually dealt with him
Hell.
and then came back over to me. It was like, "I am so sorry. Like, he just tried to report you for not being a good member of staff when you did everything you could and was nice to him when he
Oh.
shouted at you." Like, he shouted like over the whole store. Like, loads of people were just staring at me, and I was just staring at this man going, "I'm sorry, but there's nothing I could do."
I hate
And
that.
I was just like, and he was like, "I'm so sorry. Like, I'm gonna completely disregard it because the way he was talking to you was not right." And he was like, "I called security on him and I got him
What?
removed from the building."
Ah! Oh my
Uh,
god. I love it.
it's so weird. So weird.
I love it.
What was your other
Okay.
experience?
So, my worst experience. I have two,
Oh,
if you don't mind.
I do not mind because I could tell one
All right.
after. I have a lot.
So I've got a short one.
Ooh.
The like supervisor comes over and he's like, "Hey, Shades, I need you to go back to the container storage because we're a bakery deli combination of things. It's a Walmart. It is a store that has blue on it. It's Walmart. I mean, what? So he was like, "Yeah, I need you to go and take care of some stuff because like it's a health violation if we have like all of our containers on the like sitting on the pallet. They have to be sorted into bins, right? Because otherwise, blah blah blah." So I go back there and I find one of my homies back there who I haven't talked to in like 5 years because he's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. Cause like that gets into some weird territory of I posted some questionable things on Facebook trying to take the piss. He took it personally and he just stopped talking to me. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about it. So I'm back there, he's back there. I'm like, "Yo, CJ, what up?" And he's like, "Yo, what up, Shades?" I'm like, "Not much." So like, we get this done, and we're like, "Yo, what smells like it's dying?" Neolette, are you from like a farm town by chance?
Yes.
Okay, so you smelled like decomposing livestock?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what that smells like? Good. Like livestock that has died in the field and is like decomposing actively. Yeah. I'm judging by the face that she has because like that. Oh God, that. So it smells like that back there.
Oh.
And our container storage for food containers. And I'm like, "CJ, we have to deal with this." So we like get on the phone. We call the manager because there's a phone back in the container storage for whatever reason. And we're like, "Hey, yo, Travis, come back here." So he comes back there and he's like, "Hey, what smells like shit?" And we're like, "Well, Travis, it's not you." And we all kind of laugh. Travis was a piece of shit, by the way. He was an ass. And we were all like, "Well, it's not you, it's not me, it's not CJ." And then Travis was like, "All right, so boys, I need you to find that because that means there's something rotting back here that's dead."
Yeah. Ooh.
So me and CJ start looking around, and there are 7 holes punched in the wall. And this is like Formica drywall, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, "What the hell?" So CJ takes out his phone, which is like it's like a nice, Samsung Galaxy 7 or some crap like that.
Yeah.
And he starts taking photos, and like we see a bunch of trash in one of these holes. We call Travis back on like the walkie because he gave us a walkie, and we're like, "Travis, we need to store use a grabby claw from like toys." And he's like, "Why? And like the tone of "you need to store use what?" was hilarious. So store use basically is where like you'll take it off the shelf and that's an automatic write-off because the store's using it, right?
Yeah.
So we take the grabbing claw, we start playing the claw game.
Oh my God.
And the more we play the claw game, the worse the smell gets. Until CJ is standing there literally retching because of how bad it is. And I'm just like, I used to hunt white-tailed deer in my homeland. I've smelled one that's been gut shot and left to die.
Oh my
for
God.
Like an afternoon. And I know what that smells like. And I'm like, "Hey, CJ, if you can't handle this, you don't need to be here because I'm not cleaning puke off my shoes." He's like, no, I'll hang. So I reach in there with this claw. I pull out a pound of steak.
What?
Yeah. I pull a pound of steak still in the package, but with holes poked in the package from this wall.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. No, there has been an entire pound of beef rotting in July heat in the American Midwest for like a week.
That's so weird.
So CJ loses his lunch. I dodge. It misses my shoes. It hits his shoes. And he's like, how are you not vomiting right now? And I'm like, I'm just built stupid. So I take it, I put it into a bag, I throw it in our dumpster. After I show our supervisor, and I'm like, hey, Travis, here it is. And Travis nearly throws up. I'm like, I'm gonna go throw this away, but like, this is what we found. And I show him like the PLU code, like, you know, the barcode.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, great. So it's one of our products. And we're like, okay, cool. So a week later, I find out that one of our overnight staffers was getting fired. So to take his revenge, he literally walked back there where the cameras, where he thought the cameras weren't, and punched a hole in the wall, put a stake in it, and was like, ha ha, sucker, deal with me.
Yeah. That's a normal reaction to getting fired.
I mean, right?
What? That's so weird. I mean,
so that was the I literally spent an afternoon doing this, like cleaning this up when I could have been working on anything else.
Yeah.
Because like my supervisor was like, no, it still smells like dead things, and I was like, huh, okay.
And the dead thing is a steak.
It's in the walls, yeah.
It's been dead for a long time.
Right?
Oh my god. That's
all right.
so weird.
Before we continue, do you want to take a quick bathroom break? All right.
Hi.
So, after the break, Neolette, your worst retail experience. Go.
Hey, this isn't my worst, but it was very strange. I had a man come up to me in the shoe section and was like, hey, do you do a size 13 heels? And I was like, yes, but no. Which is, it's a very complicated one. Because I say yes, but no, because I'm like, our store does, and he was like, what do you mean yes, but no? And I was like, our store online does say we do up to 13, but what? What's wrong?
Hold on. So like, your store does, but he comes into the shop.
Yeah. Oh no, it's like purely no. Online, like the online website says we do, but the website you can't order stuff from it. It's a physical shop with a website.
Okay.
It's so weird.
That's dumb. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's so weird. But I was like, yes, the store does say we do, but no, we don't, kind of thing. I was like, I have worked at this section for like 6 months, and I have never, ever seen a size 13 shoe come, because I also ordered the shoes. I stocked the shoes. I know what was there.
You
and like,
order the shoes, you stock the shoes, you restock the shoes.
Like,
yeah.
The shoes went to a size 12 at max, but there'd only be one pair. So whoever got it, got it. Whoever didn't, you know, kind of thing. Because they were very weird with sizing, obviously, because like not a lot of women have size 12 feet. That's fine. But one shoe.
So one of my exes did, actually.
Terrible. I don't. I'm not talking about my shoe size. I was like,
You're
wait.
like a 4, aren't you?
Wait. No.
5.
I'm not talking about my shoe size. Anyway, moving on.
Look, do it for the viewers.
Oh god.
I'm kidding. Don't do it for those kind of viewers. I don't think you want those kind of viewers. Don't do it, Neil. Don't do it.
I'm not doing it. But I was like, no, I'm so sorry. Like, I know that the store says we do, but we don't. Like, I have never seen, like, from my perspective, and I was like, I'm the one who orders them and puts them on the shelves. They only go up to a size 12. They might go up to a size 13 in some shoes, but I have never seen it before. And I said, I'm so sorry. Like, I can look in the back if you want me to, but I'm being really honest, and I'm gonna say that there is no chance that there is any shoes, especially heels, in a size 13. And they just started swearing at me and was like, and I was just like, I'm sorry, they're just shoes.
A stream of bleeps, right?
Yeah, it's just a stream of bleeps, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, I said what I said. I can go look if you really want, but the answer's going to be the same, because that's just how our store is. And then they start like swearing at me, and there was another customer just standing next to me looking at something, and like, I was just like, okay, thanks. Have
Did
a
they
nice
throw
day. And they were like, what
hands?
do you mean? No. They were like, what do you mean have a nice day? And I was like, have a nice day, goodbye. Don't make me
And
call
you just walked
security.
away?
And I didn't even walk away. I like kept stocking the thing that I was stocking on the wall. And I just turned around to the customer and went, did that really just happen? And they were like, yeah.
Oh, no.
I was like, what?
I hate that. I hate that. Where you like, you get a rude,
Just
oh, a rude ass, and then
like,
like someone else walks up and they're like, hey, did that just happen? Or like, you're just like, I'm
yeah.
sorry you had to see that.
It's just, I don't know. Like, I don't, because I've worked in like,
You've
I'm
worked in
also like a
customer
very
service
like,
so long,
I've
you're
worked
just
in customer
jaded.
service, and like I've been on the other side because everyone is.
Yeah.
People don't appreciate people enough, and like
No, they
I
don't.
make it sure that when I go out, I at least appreciate the people, and I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like if you can't find it, don't worry. Like they're like, do you want me to look at the back for it? And I'm like, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Thank you ever so much for your help, though. Like I do appreciate it and stuff like that. Or like when I go out to eat, I'm nice to them and like give them a tip, even though like the UK doesn't really tip, but I still tip
Wait,
because
you're nice to food service workers?
okay, I'm gonna set the tone straight. American food service workers are really weird compared to the UK ones.
Viewers, if you want to, we're gonna include a hashtag called hashtag cancel Neolettevt. Feel free to retweet. I'm kidding. It's a prank. Don't do that.
Just the service workers
Yeah.
that I saw in the US were very pushy with their service, and I get it. Like they do survive on tips. Most of them do
Oh,
survive
God,
on tips,
yes.
and I get it. But
All of
like
them.
I don't. I'm the type of person who I like being left alone,
Right?
and like if I want something, I will ask, and you don't have to worry about me. I'm more likely to tip if you basically don't bother me the entire time. Like
Okay, so
you
like,
ask
what
me
about
for what
refills?
food?
Refills. Drink refills.
If I'd want a refill, I'd be like, I'd literally like go up to one of them or like and be
Okay.
like, hi, sorry, can I have a refill? Or if they had a bar, I would take myself and pay for it there. Like,
Gotcha.
or I get unlimited refills because that is a thing in the UK that you do have to spend more, but unlimited
really?
refills is a thing. Yes, and I do unlimited refills instead, so I don't have to talk to anyone.
Ah!
I would rather pay more to not speak to anyone.
You know what? Valid. Same.
Yeah, it's
Same.
like I came out to eat. I would rather spend most of the time eating and then talking to the people on my table. And like I do appreciate the service, and that's but like I just want to be left alone.
Right?
Yeah, because when I was in America, I went to my favorite store, and the one that I go to, like the restaurant that I go to, it's like you can order it all on your phone. You don't have to speak a word to anyone. When they bring it to you, you just say thank you so much, you know, kind of thing.
Okay.
You couldn't order it on your phone, for one, so I had to order it face to face. They didn't have what I liked. The only reason why I went, but I was like, I'm too much of a people pleaser to leave, so I just went, it's okay, let me get this instead. And then they came like 5 times to ask if I wanted more water. And I was just like, I couldn't say no. I just was like, yes, sure. Fill up my water. I did tip, but I only tipped because I felt really bad that I couldn't control myself and say no.
All right, bet.
But yeah, and I also don't like the tipping where people don't really do anything. That sounds really weird.
Oh, that's gonna get you canceled. Same though.
I don't know, like if I've had to scan all my items and then you're like, oh, do you want to leave a tip? I'm like,
no.
No.
Or if it's like, oh, so I am in the store and you made me a burrito. I don't want to tip you. No, go away.
Yeah, it's like I'll tip like people giving I don't know. It's really weird Like, of course, they're doing a service by making like
Yeah.
the food for you, but they're also getting paid for that. Like, I'm more likely to tip restaurant staff who I know aren't
Ugh.
making the minimum wage. That sounds so weird.
Bro,
Don't
right?
cancel me, please. I'm just a poor person from the UK. I promise.